first date, who should pay?
Yeah, I think who asked first should pay.
I think whoever invited the other should pay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense.
A few of you said whoever asks should pay. The fact of the matter is that ignores the fact that the vast majority of men are the ones that ask. So your answer might as well be men should pay. Because de facto, men are the initiators, men are the askers. On a first date.
There's an interesting take by this guy. It seems like he has this I gotcha moment. Hey, you guys said, you might as well just said that guys should pay. As if that's incorrect. But it's true that guys should pay. It's weird because guys should pay. Guys should be the ones providing and making sure that the bills are paid, that there's food on the table, that there's resources for you. Because what else will a man bring to the table? Isn't a date almost like kind of a snapshot of how the relationship would look like? If you do split 50-50, go Dutch, would that be how the relationship be like? Maybe not necessarily, but it could be indicative. It would be giving you clues of how that relationship will be like. I'll give you an example. I changed my stance on this. I remember a few years back, maybe that was actually a long time ago now. Maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I took this girl I met online to a poke date for dinner. And I made up in my mind before going, we're going to pay separately. I didn't tell her this, but I knew the culture was much more, maybe I was a little bit more stubborn back then. Like, hey, we should pay separately, 50-50. Women want equal rights, equal treated, so they should pay for their own shit too. I'm like, okay. So when we go up to the poke, I know you have to pay for your stuff first, or rather, you pick your stuff first. You pick out the tuna, the fish, whatever. Then you can come up to the cashier, and I was in front of the cashier with my date with me. And the cashier said and asked me, is it together or paid separately? In my head, I was sweating. I could feel the sweat dripping from my side. I could feel my heart racing. And I said, and I mustered the courage to say, separately. In my head, it was a win. But I know that wasn't really a big deal. But now, my mindset shift. Guys should just pay. Guys should just pay. And why? Why should guys pay and not women? Because there are roles in the relationship. There are other things that men are better at than women, and there are things that women are better at than men. And it's not a big deal. If you're sweating over a $5 drink or a dinner, that's what, $10, $15. You have bigger problems than trying to figure out who should pay. If you're really sweating over the amounts of the dinner, first of all, one, get your finances together first. Don't even worry about going dates. You got other shit to do. Two, this is where a little bit more practical advice. Just for a first date, I like to just take the girl on a coffee date. Or maybe a boba date. And those don't cost that much. $5, whatever. It's no big deal. And only when we've gotten to know more of each other, we've gotten connected more, like, okay, I don't mind paying for the dinner. Then maybe the dinner for the third or fourth date. But yeah, practically, yes. If you're worrying about the money, focus on that. Your finances have to be more important. Because if your finances are shit anyway, why would you have more things to worry about than dates. And second, just take them on a cheap date. It doesn't really matter. doesn't matter. It's not really about the money that you give her. It's more about the confidence that you provide to the table. Like, what kind of person are you? What kind of values do you bring? How do you see yourself? How do you project yourself during the day? It's not about the money. So if you're worried about, oh, what date should I go on? It's not that. It's about, are you having fun and having a good time? And that's the problem I have with a lot of these videos. It's very binary, where, hey, men or women should do this, or women should not do that, men should do that. These are all very context dependent. Like, you have to think very hard. You can't just do a broad statement, hey, men should pay for this. I mean, I agree with that case, but practically speaking, I don't really think it's a big deal, but men should pay.